all set? So, thank you everyone for joining us today. I'm Eric Schwartz, CEO of CyrusOne. As we get started, first I want to acknowledge and give a very special thank you to a number of honored guests who we have here to join us today. Governor J.B. Pritzker, City of Aurora Mayor Richard Irvin, Congressman Bill Foster, State Senator Linda Holmes, State Representatives Barbara Hernandez, Stephanie Kifowit, Jeff Kiker, and Dan Dessart. DuPage County Board Chair Deb Conroy. The CEO of ComEd, Gil Quinones. With us also is IBEW Local 701 Business Manager Tony Giunti. And the Business Manager from Laborers Union Local 68, Joe Riley. And then we also have with us representatives from the Chicagoland and Illinois Chambers of Commerce and Wabaunsee Community College. And then finally, I'd also like to acknowledge Terry Duffy, who's Chairman and CEO of the CME Group, who's here with us today and an integral part of this project. So I'm glad that you're all here. I'm very proud to be here both to represent CyrusOne and also as a native son who was born in Champaign-Urbana quite some time ago. For those of you not familiar with CyrusOne, we operate data centers around the world, US, Western Europe, and actually had a ceremony quite similar to this in Osaka, Japan a couple weeks ago. This project is about building infrastructure, building a data center that provides capability to manage data, manage a lot of very important systems to our economy. And this infrastructure serves not only the area here, the broader Illinois economy, but actually the global economy. This project here is part of an investment program that CyrusOne is operating around the world. It brings our net investment here in the state up to approximately $1 billion with potential to grow from there. And today is also a major milestone for us just in our continued expansion and growth here in Aurora, particularly in this part of the state of Illinois. This will be our second data center campus in Aurora. Aurora has been established for some time as a major data center hub, and this will be the next step in that. The state of Illinois has been committed to the economic development that makes projects like this possible. It's the infrastructure around the power, around the telecommunications, but also the policies that make a project like this attractive and possible here today, leading to both economic development and, importantly, job creation, which is important to the broader economy here. I'd like to thank Governor Pritzker and his team in particular for supporting the data center tax incentive program. That is integral to how these projects get done, and it really does drive the decision making both for the investments we make as well as our customers. I'd also like to thank in particular the representatives of the labor organizations who are going to come here not only to construct what will be a state-of-the-art facility, but also as we continue to operate over time. These facilities, once we turn them on, never turn off. That's the goal. And it takes a whole variety of skills and expertise to deliver that level of performance. CyrusOne takes pride in the relationships that we build with the communities, the political organizations, the entire ecosystem that goes on around these facilities, and we aim ourselves to be a very good partner, and we hope to continue to work with all of you. I'd now like to welcome Governor Pritzker to make a few remarks.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much, Eric, and good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Oh, we can do better than that. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great. I am really thrilled to be back here in Aurora to celebrate a major investment in the economy here and in the future of the state of Illinois, one that will bring good paying jobs and opportunity to the entire region. I have to say, our weather is second to none. And with all the people who came for the Democratic National Convention about a month ago, who either had never been to Chicago or it had been a long time since they visited, I don't know if you recall, it was about 72 degrees every day that they were here. And so I'm almost convinced them that it's like this all year round in Illinois, but apparently it is like this all year round in Aurora. So. Anyway, I am so pleased and proud to be here to celebrate the magnitude of this project and the work that's been done, because it takes a village, as they say, dedicated, hardworking individuals working together, pushing in the same direction to make something like this happen. So I'd like to start by thanking some of the people whose efforts have helped to bring this project to fruition. First, the CyrusOne CEO, Eric Schwartz, and his entire team. I want to correct you. You said that you were at an opening just like this one in Osaka. There's no place like Aurora. And love Osaka, but we are really thrilled to have you here, and thank you for your faith and your capital that you're investing here in the state of Illinois and in Aurora. And I also want to recognize the CEO of ComEd, Gil Quinones, for his partnership on this project and those like it throughout the state of Illinois. You can't get these things done, these projects that require so much power, and particularly the demand for clean energy to deliver in projects like this. So thank you again, Gil, for all of the work that you do. And none of this happens without our partners at every level of government. Eric mentioned it a little bit, but the Illinois General Assembly members that are here and your colleagues in Springfield and across the state have been so very, very important for economic development throughout the state and just working together across the aisle. And I want to recognize the folks here once again: Senator Linda Holmes, Representative Stephanie Kifowit, Representative Jeff Kiker, Representative Barbara Hernandez. Thank you. Thanks for being partners and getting things done for the people of Illinois. And Mayor Richard Irvin and Aurora's economic development leaders, once again, it takes the village, but it also takes, people who are forward-thinking, always figuring out what's best for the people of their local area and the kinds of investments that are required to get there. Congressman Bill Foster, thanks for being a partner at the federal level. Yeah. Greg Bedelov of Choose DuPage, thank you for the work that you do. And of course, my friend, DuPage County Chair Deb Conroy. Not that the rest of you aren't my friends, but Deb has been a very good friend, and she's doing a great job. Thank you. All of those folks working together, making it seamless to deliver this type of transformational investment and opportunity. And lastly, I want to recognize, many of them are wearing yellow today, but it's the hardworking men and women of organized labor who are going to make this project come to life. They are represented because they're standing here in the garb that helps make them recognizable, but also their leadership. Tony Junti from IBEW Local 701, and of course Joe Riley, who I understand isn't here today, but the leadership of organized labor and the people who actually are doing the work on the ground, you make this a great state. And one of the great things about organized labor, I want to remind everybody, is that these folks are well trained. That's how you know. These are dedicated individuals who are well trained to do the jobs that they're being asked to do. So you know that when the project is finished, it's first class. So I want to thank them all. Illinois is fast retaking its place as a home of high-tech and high-growth industries of the future. These investments not only bring good-paying jobs and opportunity to our communities today, but they position us to be leaders as a state in the 21st century economy. Building an engine of economic development for Illinois has been a focus of my administration's work. We have chased down every potential dollar of private investment that we could find and leveraged every incentive and grant at our disposal to attract and build up existing and new industries. We have made transformational investments in our infrastructure, in our workforce, to meet the needs that businesses tell us they have. And we have fostered a pro-growth, pro-business environment, the likes of which Illinois has not seen for decades. I always, you see the lists of rankings of states, and I look at those all the time because I always want to be number one, and we're always striving to get there. And we're number one on a few lists here and there, but I always look at them and I think, what more can we do? And there's a list that I watch every year called CNBC's Best States for Business. I don't know why I think that's the best one to judge by, but I've been watching it every year. When I first came into office, just before I came into office, CNBC had placed Illinois among 50 states as 30th among 50 states. I mean, I guess you could say we're ahead of 20 others, so that's great, but 30th is not that great. And so every year, striving to do better and better in all the categories that they rank states at. And today, after 5.5 years of working at this, we're at 15th, so we've gone from 30th to 15th. So maybe we get Most Improved Award, I'm not sure. But I want us to be in top 10. Indeed, I want us to be number one, and we're headed that direction. I'm proud of that. And that's one of the things, again, that I watch all the time. I have a superlatives list that I keep actually right in my office. My assistant has it. I'm always yelling like, can you add this to the superlatives list, or here's an update in all the rankings. And we really are rising in all of those. And this project is just one example of, when you think about the data center progress that we've made, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment, it's impressive. We proposed and passed the bipartisan data center investment tax credit in my first year in office because we saw the opportunity to make Illinois a central player in the data center industry, and it has worked. Since then, our state has gone from kind of middle of the pack to now becoming the third largest data center market in the nation and the fifth largest in the entire world. That's pretty impressive. And I think you could just ask the team here at CyrusOne. Those efforts do make a real difference when we make it more economically feasible for them to come to a state like this and then to work with high quality labor, to be in a place where the energy, the electricity that you need is readily available and reliable, because we rank third in reliability among the 50 states, if you want to know. And so I'm grateful to them for recognizing that. Breaking ground on this project is the culmination of years of work on their part and on ours. CyrusOne, which has already invested, well, you heard it, $1 billion here in Illinois, is redoubling its commitment and putting $350 million into this new facility. That is a vote of confidence, not just in Aurora, but in the future of the Illinois economy. In turn, this project will create hundreds of construction jobs and sustain over 20 data center positions just to begin with. All of that will be done under a project labor agreement that ensures a fair, cost-effective, and timely construction process. Most importantly, this is another important pillar of the future forward economy that we are trying to build here in our state. It's another high-tech sector that's flourishing in Illinois, from electric vehicles to quantum computing to life sciences and more. We're focused on industries that are providing the foundation of sustainable economic growth. It's the type of investment that brings prosperity that we can pass on to our children. In just 2 short years, we'll meet back here. I don't know, I should ask the construction folks, 2 short years? We'll meet back here, that's the plan, to celebrate completion of this project. It's a time period that's testament to the remarkable Illinois work ethic and the broader infrastructure that we've set up to scale projects of this kind. And I look forward to seeing all of you at the ribbon cutting. So thank you for being here this morning. Thank you all for joining in the celebration and groundbreaking and for investing in the future of Illinois. With that, I'll hand the podium over to a great partner in this work, someone without whom we really wouldn't be able to make this announcement or celebrate these successes, ComEd CEO Gil Quinones.
Thank you, Governor, for that kind introduction. You know, we are blessed to have a governor who's leading from the front when it comes to economic development. Under his leadership, Illinois is definitely open for business, attracting, retaining businesses, and good-paying jobs to our state. But most importantly, our governor believes that the best kind of success is a shared success. The one that benefits all of our communities across Illinois. Let's give him another round of applause. Congratulations, Eric and the team at CyrusOne on the launch of this new project and for their continued success and investment in Illinois, with a total of 4 projects on the horizon, as he said, set to exceed $1 billion in investment for our communities. We are so excited to be here to celebrate your growth. And I echo Eric and the governor in welcoming also all of our partners from the state government, local economic development corporations. I would like to acknowledge our commissioner here from the Illinois Commerce Commission, Commissioner Carrigan. Thank you for joining us. You know, the Illinois Commerce Commission sets the parameters and the guidelines so that companies like ComEd can invest and support economic development. Now, the chain of events that led us here today started about 5 years ago. Back in 2019, Northern Illinois was one of the biggest untapped markets for data centers. Data centers need power, and this region had an abundance of power capacity. But the state would need a policy breakthrough before we could make a match between data centers and the opportunity to power their operations on ComEd's grid. 5 years ago this week, Governor Pritzker signed into law a capital bill with bipartisan support from the Illinois General Assembly that contained a data center tax credit. Since then, we have seen an explosion of data center investment in this region. Northern Illinois, as the governor said, is now a top 5 global destination for data center growth. Our communities are beating out other states for multi-million, even multi-billion-dollar projects, creating thousands of jobs and significant new tax revenues. It is a credit to Governor Pritzker's vision for a 21st century digital economy, including, as he mentioned, quantum computing, electric vehicles, battery manufacturing, renewable energy production, sustainable aviation fuel, life sciences, and many more. These are all world-class infrastructure supporting high-tech manufacturing, including data centers, just like the one we're breaking ground on today. And it's also a credit to the industry-leading reliability that ComEd delivers to its customers. When our region is attracting companies like CyrusOne, it's a sign we are on the right track. Under Eric Swartz's leadership, CyrusOne is a leading driver of the national digital transformation. The company uses sustainable business practices, and CyrusOne is conscious of making a positive impact in the communities where it invests. It is also wonderful to see how the city of Aurora has embraced CyrusOne and vice versa. Congratulations to Mayor Irvin and all the city leaders who played a role in scoring this huge economic development win for the people of Aurora. All of us have worked together for some time to make today possible, and yet our partnership is still only just beginning. We'll be working alongside you during the construction phase, and in just a couple of years, we'll be here to flip the switch to electrify Cyrus One's future in Northern Illinois and to support your other projects planned for the region. At the same time, we at ComEd will continue working with the governor, Intersect Illinois, the legislature, and other state and local public and private partners. Together, we can ensure that Illinois remains a top destination, not only for data centers, but for high-tech manufacturing and other 21st century companies of the future. Thank you very much. And now, I'd like to introduce our next speaker, a champion when it comes to bringing economic development to his community. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Irvin of the city of Aurora.
Good morning. And, I want to thank you for joining us here today in the city of Aurora. I want to thank Governor Pritzker and all of our state elected officials for being here today to celebrate in Aurora's success and to lend to that success. This administration, on the behalf of the Illinois' second largest city, my hometown, has worked extremely hard to attract IT businesses and data centers like this to build up what we are calling our tech corridor. Let's give a round of applause to Aurora and our new tech corridor. And to Governor Pritzker and all of our state representatives here, state senators and state reps. Thank you to Congressman Bill Foster for consistently getting Aurora's back and bringing home the money for us to continue to succeed. A round of applause for our Congressman Bill Foster. And I want to thank our 12 aldermen of Aurora who understand and support the vision of Aurora being on the move and open for business, one of which, the alderman of Ward 10, Shweta Bade, is here with us today. We are in Ward 10. That's her ward. As Eric said, Aurora is rapidly emerging as a major tech hub. And this is due in very large part to Cyrus One's investment in our city, as well as the original investment of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the CME. Thank you to the entire Cyrus One team for your continued confidence in Aurora and for choosing to expand and enhance your footprint here. It's been a privilege to work with you and watch it grow and watch you grow during my time as mayor. Let's give Cyrus One a round of applause. The team to Cyrus One and ComEd have been nothing less than amazing to partner with to bring this significant economic development project to fruition. Again, thank you to Gil and his team at ComEd for their dedication and professionalism along the way. Let's give Gil and ComEd a round of applause for all they do for the city of Aurora and the entire community. And of course, this expansion is only possible with our labor partners who literally build up our community. We have so many economic development projects happening all throughout Aurora as we speak, and we simply couldn't do it without them. Over $1 billion worth of development is planned over the next few years, and we need our labor partners and their expertise to continue to make it happen. Another shout out to our labor leaders and their teams for making this project possible and soon to be reality. You guys have helped to add $1.7 billion to our EAV to reduce our property tax rate by 20% just in the last 7 years. The Cyrus One expansion in Aurora is good for labor, good for industry, and the entire community. It not only impacts our job creation rates, but also contributes significant to Aurora's economic foundation. Property taxes on this project alone are estimated to be over $1.1 million per year, just the property taxes. And the utility taxes add another $1 million to the project as annual revenue. This is a minimum of $20 million in the next 10 years. That deserves a round of applause. Cyrus One bringing money to the city of Aurora. Equally as important, Cyrus One is a phenomenal corporate citizen in Aurora who has proven to be a reliable support for our residents, for our organizations, and programs through sponsorships, contributions, and volunteer service hours. So, while Cyrus One is a prime center of data, it has also been a proud center of dedication to the city of Aurora. Our emerging tech hub, local businesses, and all the residents of the city of Lightspeed, are welcome and appreciate everything that you've done. Now, years ago, our forefathers had the foresight to call the city of Aurora the city of lights because we were one of the first communities in the country to have electric street lamps. Now, with what we're doing with tech and growing, our fiber optic network, we are now being called the city of Lightspeed. So I thank everyone for making sure that happens. The city of Lightspeed is going places. Let's give our people helping us make this happen a round of applause. So as we break ground today, we usher in a new era of the Cyrus One impact, an impact that won't just be felt today. It'll be felt for years to come. It won't just affect us. It'll affect our children and our children's children. As pointed out, once we flip that switch, that power will never go off. Let's give another round of applause to Cyrus One, the governor, ComEd, and let's get this thing going.
So with that, let me again thank everybody for attending. This project, this expansion, this investment wouldn't have been possible without the roles that all of you have played in helping us get here. On behalf of Cyrus One, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for helping us get to this point. And I think our next step is going to be to go outside for the groundbreaking right here behind the tent. Blair?